welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we got a 2004 Toyota Camry. We're going to be replacing the front strut. Let's go up there and show you what to do. Okay, now we're going to be replacing the entire strut assembly here. And the way you do that is you come in over here and you remove this nut here for the stabilizer link that connects on right here. This is an 18mm nut. We're going to take this off. In the back over here, we're going to hold this so it doesn't rotate with an 18mm wrench. We're going to remove these two bolts on the bottom of the we're going to remove these two bolts here on the bottom of the strut where it goes through the knuckle. We're going to also remove this brake line and relocate that off to the side for now. So, all right, let's grab some tools and let's get started. All right, first thing we're going to do is going to take off this stabilizer link. In order to get this out, you may have to turn this a little bit to get it to pull out. And just relocate that off to the side for now. I'm going to take out that screw right there. It's 12mm. We're going to relocate that off to the side also. We're going to need to put this back in later so don't lose it. And we're going to remove these two bolts here. Right, if you have an air gun, you can use an air gun. If not, you can do it by hand. Same thing lower. Get these bolts out, you don't want to hit them and damage the thread, so you just screw your nut back on just a little bit like this, and then you just tap them out. And then you can remove the nuts. And you can pull them out. Okay, and I just want to point out that when you take these bolts out here, you have to be careful that the axle doesn't pull out. Let's show you. You have to be careful that the axle doesn't pull out of the transmission, and you damage the tripod right here. So what I'm going to do is, once I take these bolts out, I'm going to use a bungee cord to actually hold the knuckle from the axle pulling out of the transmission. So that's what this is all about. Now we're going to lower it down. Then we're going to pull the strut away from the knuckle. And then you just secure your knuckle so it doesn't come out. And it keeps the tripod. It keeps the tripod pushed in so it doesn't pull out and pop the joint apart. So, alright, so that's going to hold that there. Let's lower it down and we'll take the bolts out up top. Okay, and once you got the car back down on the ground, we're going to remove the upper bearing plate where it mounts to the body of the car itself. These bolts here, they're 14mm, so we're going to shoot these off with an air gun, or you can do it with a ratchet, whatever works for you. Do not take out this bolt right here. Alright, just these four here. Alright, let's get the air gun, let's take it off. And then before you take the third one out, hold the strut from the bottom so it doesn't fall right out. that's it. That's the strut assembly. All right, so let's grab the new one, and we'll put the new one back in. All right, push your strut through, and you're just going to catch these bolts on here loosely. You're not going to tighten them all the way. We'll come back to that later. All right, let's lift it up and continue underneath the bottom, and we'll get the strut reattached on the knuckle. Okay, now that we have it back up in the air, we're going to take our bungee cord off that was previously holding the tripod in place. We're going to take this off and get rid of it. And we're going to move our knuckle back into the strut. We're going to reinstall the bolts. We're not going to tighten them yet, we're just going to catch them in there. Now before we tighten anything up, we're just going to catch everything in place and then we'll tighten it down. Now we have to turn this a little bit to get this back in here. And we'll just reattach our brake line and catch everything by hand for now. Once everything is caught, then we tighten up the brake line. And we're going to tighten up our bolts through the strut and the knuckle. Just tighten them. Tighten up the bottom also. We will come back with a torque wrench and torque these to the proper foot-pounds. Okay, and we just hold the nut on the back of the stabilizer link, and then we'll tighten up the hold down. All right, then we're going to lower it down and we'll tighten up the upper bolts. Okay, once you got the car back down on the ground, then we can tighten up the bearing plates up on the top here. Now if you use an air gun, make sure you don't tighten it too tight and snap these off. I've seen it done already. What I normally do is run it down with this till it's fairly close and then check it with a ratchet. That's it. We're all set. All right, next thing I'm going to do is we're going to obviously do the same thing on the opposite side, and we're going to get this job wrapped up and out the door. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. But that's what the finished product is supposed to look like. Okay? All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.